Hello, beautiful Piscean creators. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. Blazer the Morkie is outside the room right now because there is a lot going on and he likes to bark a lot too and inform us of things. So he will be keeping his distance for the time being, but you can join me on one of my other fun videos and he will be around making cameo appearances. Be sure to stay tuned at the end of the reading where I'm going to go over all the opportunities in the Creators on the Crest community with you. I would love to have you join in and get all the benefits of what I offer on the channel. So today we're going to be pulling your overall energy for April. I'm laying out the Celtic Cross spread that I like to do for the monthly readings, and we'll close it off with a special message for you Pisces. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. All right, let's get your overall energy and get into your reading here. We're going to get your overall energy from the messages from your animal spirit guides. I love this deck. Classic. Ooh, you got Rattlesnake, Pisces. The experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. Oh my goodness, Pisces. I have fellow healers among me. Oh my goodness. So we're going to hold that energy and we're going to look into what this means for you. Now, remember, as a healer just means you're someone who holds healing space, or you're an example of healing that others can relate to. And so thereby being in that energy, you allow others the opportunity themselves to enter into that energy and heal themselves. So I think this is amazing. Let's get into it. In your current energies, you have the Three of Wands, foresight. And I think for some of you, this represents to me that you're quite intuitive, you're quite psychic. Not super surprising for a Pisces to have those kinds of energies, but I'm also getting that you're better than most, Pisces. You're better than most. You may not think you are yet, but you are better than most. And the reason I think you don't think you are is because the energy that's challenging you is the Three of Swords. There's a separation between your gifts, talents, and abilities, your psychic, intuitive nature, and what you really think about that. Or you've had some painful experiences related to that. You've been made fun of, put down, left out, ostracized, made the black sheep of the family here, right? That kind of energy. So you may have experienced that in different ways. And excuse me, a lot is coming up to be released here for you. You're really wanting to let go of these energies and really be in tune with the healing vibrational energies that you can carry and the psychic intuition that is truly you. I see a lot going on in the third eye. A lot going on in the third eye. Whew, in this reading. So in your needed focus, you get a bonus card for this deck, number 22, Ancestral Healing and Clearing, the Black Wolf. The third eye is popping up there for one. I think some of you maybe need to take the time to connect with your sacred ancestors a bit more. Sacred ancestor also came up. If you happen to have any, I think it was the Capricorn reading where sacred ancestor came through really clear, and I'm feeling ancestral healing and clearing going on in your reading here. It's what you're being called to. And so maybe when I said that something to do with your family, you were discouraged, you were put down, you were quieted, you were silenced, you weren't taken seriously. Those kinds of energies are what pops up when it comes to your psychic intuitive nature and your willingness to fulfill your purpose in this world, okay? In whatever healing capacity that is. Whew. Yeah, you've been made to feel uncomfortable. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Now, I will say in the past, the Two of Pentacles comes up. You've been very adaptable to the energy. So just because maybe you haven't lived your purpose, it doesn't mean you're not successful. It doesn't mean you haven't maintained a good job or been able to make good decisions or anything like that. But it feels more like an energy where it's kind of torn you apart. Right? And so you really want to not travel a path that goes like this, but you want to travel a path that goes like this. You want to go straight ahead with all of those energies combined together. So you may be looking for a way that your natural healing tendencies can come through. In the future position, this is where I feel like your nervousness comes in, your insecurities. You get the Five of Pentacles, a poverty or a lack mentality. This is coming up a lot lately in the month of April for different signs in different ways. I don't think this is the first time I've got this card in this position, so you're not the only one. But I feel like this has to do with who you're revealing information to and who you can trust to reveal information to about your gifts, talents, and abilities. Maybe somebody's going to try to make you feel bad again. Or maybe you're going to try one more time to reach out to the person, but they just don't get it. And when you get farther down the path in stepping up and taking your position as a psychic intuitive, as a healer, I use tarot, but I'm reading energies. The tarot just gives pictures and visuals that help us along the way. I can do this with or without the cards. I feel like I was getting the sense you're better than most. I've been told that before too, by another psychic intuitive person, and I'm passing this message along to you who are listening. You are better than most, but you may not think you are because of what people have told you in the past, okay? So you're not connected with that. Maybe you were also discouraged, basically told like, oh, you can't make a living doing that, or you can't start your own business doing that, But believe me, more than ever before, there are so many people that need healing and healing spaces, and you can do it. So there's a voice that's wanting to change here, but in the month of April, you may encounter yet another challenge. I would say be careful who you reveal all your plans to. You don't have to let everybody know all at once what you're doing. Stick with the supportive people in your life. In your place of embodied empowerment, here it is. You've got the Page of Pentacles, entrepreneur energy. Yes, you want to do this. You want to monetize, maximize your gifts, talents, and abilities, and why not? People monetize and maximize their gifts, talents, and abilities in all other kinds of fields. Why not you with your psychic intuitive skills and your healing and your spiritual support? There's nothing wrong with that, right? That's where you're most empowered in, and you want to kick that off. You're not afraid to actually get into it. I don't think you're afraid of your own gifts. You just have been made to think they're like watered down or less than, but I'm telling you, you're better than most. And it's time for you to get out and align with that. In your support and allies here, you have a Queen of Pentacles, motherly advice. Some of you may have a mother who's on your side. So she may not be a part of the naysayers or the people that would keep you down. Or it could also just be that she has similar energies, similar gifts. I don't think they're going to express in the exact same way as you, although it could for some of you. Some of you may be following in your mother's footsteps. For some of you, I feel like you've lost your mother, and I'm so sorry. Like that, I feel like some of you feel like you've lost your mother. Whether that's to death or to something else, that feels painful. You wish you had her voice there with you. I do sense that could be the case for some of you. In your environment, you get the Magician, manifestation. Your reading is reminding me a lot of Capricorns. It could have been another sign. They start to blend together after a while, but somebody had a manifestation energy in their environment. So something there is sparking you. I'm feeling like you do have some positive energies that are happening around you, whether it be through friends or like-minded, like-hearted individuals, channels like this one who are telling you, you have the power, you have this in you, you're better than most. Start believing in yourself, right? This energy is around you. You just got to reach out and grab it. Looking at your hopes and fears, you have the Four of Pentacles. In this case, it's the Four of Hunters, and it's an energy of being secure. You definitely want to learn how to make a living doing what you love, but you also want safety and security, Pisces. You want that to be there. You're staying maybe a little hidden, or this is where your fear would take you because you're unsure if that will come through for you. So it makes you kind of want to retreat when you get into that energy. But there's also hope there. It's a two-sided coin, right? We flip the coin to the other direction, and we have a more hopeful energy that you can come out of hiding and back into your natural gifts, talents, and abilities. And for your potential outcome, you have the Page of Cups, curiosity, and creativity. All of the pages are curious. But I feel that by the end of the month, these two pups, your place of embodied empowerment and your potential outcome, these are coming together. The entrepreneurial spirit and your creativity. So if you've been trying to figure out how to make this manifest in the world, which may be the case, I think it's going to come to you. It's just going to be like a knowing, like a clear cognizance kind of energy coming in for you. All right, let's look at this Three of Wands, the foresight. Yeah, some of you are telling yourself, oh, there's so many powerful healers and strong psychics out there. Who am I? Well, I am telling you, you are it. You are it, and you can do this. I really feel like you're not giving yourself the credit. And maybe that's just part of the initiation process, you know, the tendency that maybe I'll fall into a little bit of comparison or a little bit of imposter syndrome there. For the Three of Wands, for that foresight, the gifts that you have the Sun, the happiest card in the deck, and the Seven of Pentacles. You're meant to nurture what brings you joy and happiness. And your psychic gifts, talents, and abilities, your ability to connect in that way, are very important for you. And I'm telling you right now, even if you're like someone, maybe you're doing a business where you are not looked at as a healer or a psychic, you are still bringing those gifts, talents, and abilities to that work environment. I met a Pisces man once, and he was working in he was doing like construction and consulting that way. Okay, so very physical and all of that kind of stuff. But he was like a shaman, right? And I'm telling you, when he put his focus in the right place and on his gifts, talents, and abilities, he didn't even have to say anything to other people. His business would just get better and better. So I want you to think about that, right? It doesn't even have to be necessarily on the surface, or maybe you're afraid that people know that about you, but there's also ways you can kind of ninja it into what you're doing, right? For others of you, I feel like I want to break free. I just want to be my psychic, free-flowing Pisces self, intuitive, emotional, here I am, and screw it. I don't care what anybody thinks. So there's a couple different vibes going on here, but I like what I'm feeling. Now let's look at this challenge with the Three of Swords, this separation from your own gifts, talents, and abilities. What has happened here? What were you meant to learn? What were the lessons? What impact did they have on you? I feel like I was spot on when we went through the first time. Something happened in your childhood. You were put down. It made you second guess. It made you become all wishy-washy about your gifts, talents, and abilities with this Two of Pentacles. And this is a childhood kind of card. Someone around you, though, a best friend or somebody, recognized this, loved you for it as a child. This very childlike energies coming in with this Six of Cups. There's the part of the childhood you that needs to be nurtured back into your heart so you can bring him or her along for the journey with this. And that's why it's challenging right now. You have to swim your way through the noise, the noisy part, the seaweed. You have to get out of that and into the clarity where the sun streams through the water. I'm seeing sun stream through the water. Have you ever been snorkeling or scuba diving and you see that beautiful light coming down through the water? I think you know what I'm talking about. That's what you're trying to swim to, but you want to take this childhood aspect of you, or the place where the little you was wounded or injured, and you want to bring that along here. All right? You can do this. These are minor energies. You can do this. They're coming up now for a reason. In your needed focus of ancestral healing and clearing, potentially connected to that childhood issue, here's the thing. There's other people in your family who have similar gifts, talents, and abilities. For some of you, it may be a mother. We do have the Queen of Pentacles here. So focusing on your connection with your mother, or the healing that needs to take place, or communicating with her even if you're not close to her anymore, or she has passed to the other side. You do have that motherly nurturing energy around you and within you. There is a bit of, I have to keep this close, or I maybe watched mom or other women or men in my family struggle because of this, and so I'm a little apprehensive to share these gifts, talents, and abilities with the world. I'm a little apprehensive to bring it more into the physical realm there, but this is where your focus needs to be, on doing some of this ancestral healing work. It's going to feel a little bit shadowy, I think, because there's also a tender connection to mother or motherly energy. For some of you, could be a grandmother that stood out to you, or somebody that you knew to be gifted in the way that you are and always kind of related to you. You felt more comfortable around that energy, okay? Someone that maybe was like a mother to you also. There's something there. There's something there that wants to be spoken with just you, to be shared with just you. I think it's a revelation of some kind that will really make you feel good. Let's look at this Two of Pentacles, this way you had to be adaptable in the past. Yeah. I think for some of you, what I'm getting with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles here is that you had to maintain the outward perspective of this is how we do things in the world. These are all pentacles. These are all practical world experiences. This is the way we take care of ourselves. And it was challenged with how you were really feeling about things, what you wanted to put your heart toward. It may have even impacted a relationship for you at some time that you had to walk away from. Somebody not accepting that about you. Some of you are divorced. You've gone through a divorce or a tough breakup. Something where maybe you weren't married, but it felt like you were a divorce, a Commonwealth connection, or whatever they call that. Yeah, you had to choose between, am I going to live the expected structure that everybody wants me to live, or am I going to go out on my own and follow my own heart and what truly calls to me? And for some of you, partnerships ended because of this. And I'm sorry if that happened. Dang, that's rough. But at the same time, sometimes those things transform us into the people that we are and help us get aligned with our gifts, talents, and abilities that we're meant to be sharing with the world. Maybe that was just too structured or too unstructured and didn't feel safe enough to the other person, perhaps. In this future position where you have a little bit of this lack mentality, a little bit of this poverty energy coming up, like there's not enough, there's conflict here. There's caution. I think your little spidey senses are going to go off as soon as this energy comes into your field. I think you're going to feel defensive to it. I think you're going to feel cautious, and I think you're going to know the destruction that has caused in the past. So I'm honestly not worried about you intuitively picking that up if this challenge does cross your path. I do think you may have to be aware to clear yourself mentally, and especially if this has a connection to ancestral. The Nine of Wands for me is a minor arcana card of ancestral healing, the Black Wolf, which you got in your needed focus. So there may be a bit of a little something that crosses your path, whether it be just a mindset or a belief that you need to release, or someone from the past or somebody that challenges you in that way. But I think you're going to be ready for it. I do feel like you have perspective. I do feel like you've been pulled to those edges before. So it's not necessarily something brand new. Yes, it has its own unique spin, but you'll be able to catch it. Let's look at this Page of Pentacles, the entrepreneurial spirit in your embodied empowerment. Yes, you're a healer. Yes, you're meant to share it with others. This is screaming to me, entrepreneur, healer, Four of Swords, share it with others, Three of Cups. Others will celebrate your healing gifts, talents, and abilities if you show them that. But you have to be willing to come out and be a part of community and raise your cup with people who get it, right? Pisces, you have to be willing to show up with these others, but they're here. And boy, do you feel empowered when this happens. When you're in the like-minded, like-hearted communities, you feel so good. You feel so uplifted. It's like so good. You have to join my live Q&A every other Sunday. You don't have to. I'm not telling you what to do, but I would love to have you join my live Q&A every other Sunday. The next one's on 4/20. It's on Easter Sunday, Ostara. I would love to have you join that because it is such a good, supportive, high vibe, creative. There's so many healers and creators. They're doing different things. They're artists. They're working in offices. We got all kinds of people doing things, but they all come together. You get to ask a question and get an answer for free from me. I do a little mini reading for you, so it's awesome. It's a fun community. I would love to have you there because it's that kind of high vibe and I can barely even talk. Whew. Pisces, I could barely even talk through that because your energies are purging as I say that. Not only just my live. Come get involved in your local communities. Come to the live, yes, but get involved locally too. It does so much for you. It helps you like unload and release so much tension and stress, especially as you're going through this initiation and moving yourself into position here. You need this support and you deserve this support from your community. For this Queen of Pentacles, the motherly advice you have in your support and allies, you get the 5 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. There's something in your connection with your mother or in your ancestry here, maybe even, that there have been hard times. But I think you're one of the ones who's showing up here to break the cycle of suffering. This 5 of Pentacles is that lack mentality again that comes up in your future position here. Some of you, and I think this is more specific for a certain amount of people, but some of you may have a mother who lost her way and is very off track. She may be a drug addict or something like that. And when her energies come back around you, because you're their son or daughter and you love her and you want to support her, you may get suckered into this. But at the same time, with this showing up in your support and allies and you saying, wait a minute, what is this? 2 of Wands. I'm on alert. I'm on alert here and I'm watching the boats, the ships that are coming in, and I'm making sure they're friendlies here. So if this maternal energy is not good for me, I'm going to know it right away. And I'm going to be able to support myself through it. For others of you, like I mentioned, there's a mother energy. Hopefully she's living, but if she's not, you can still connect with her and she's there to help you work through the times of struggle or the times where you don't believe in yourself. Lean into her nurturing energy, lean into her advice. For some of you, it's a grandmother or maybe an aunt or a woman that's come into your life that feels that way to you, that feels very caring and nurturing and motherly for you. Whew. Okay, let's get some clarifiers for the Magician in your environment. The Ace of Cups and the Death card, a little bit of Scorpio energy blended in here, a little bit of 8th house energy for some of you. Might want to check your charts. You might be dealing with a Scorpio in your environment. I'm really liking this Ace of Cups. That tells me emotional fulfillment, self-care is coming online. There is magic happening here in the transformation, in this transition that you're going through, in this initiation, in this rite of passage. And you're learning how to serve from a full cup instead of that poverty consciousness, right? That has come up that maybe is carried by someone or a past energy or a past wounding, right? You're learning to fill that cup so you can reach for that magic, and it's quite transformative for you. There's really a lot of established and structured ways that you're letting go of. That's coming up with this Death card of the transition. It's like the old has to break down for the new to enter, but the new is also connected to the ancient wisdom, which is super cool. It's like part of your bloodline and your soul codes, right? Rattlesnake. Very interesting as well, because I feel like as you begin to rattle, as you begin to shake, as you begin to quicken your vibration in these healing energies, whew, you may be working with other people going through initiations eventually, where like you really help people through transitions or through maybe even like, for some of you, maybe even mediumship or working with people in hospice or something like that when they're transitioning, because I feel like you do a really good job with transitions, and that may have something to do with all this. You're going through your own initiation, but I also feel like you're good at taking people through initiations and transitions. In your hopes and fears, where you had that Four of Pentacles, which you also had in your needed focus, so you know you need to focus on this, you have the Three of Swords and the Emperor. Pain on the one hand, but stability energies on the other. Yeah, I think this is really just saying that it's so important to face your pain and face your fears and really work on healing your own heart right now. And that's going to put you in a more stabilized position where you can take better action for yourself. So whatever pain is on your heart, if it's the loss of your mother, if it's the relationship that ended, the way someone treated you when you were young, whatever those swords are that pierced your heart, it's time to pull those out and begin to mend your heart. Begin to care for that. Put the salve on it, right? Because stability is coming in here for you, and that's what you're hoping for. You want the stability, but you want to flow as a healer, right? The stability, I feel like, comes in the physical world, where you have a shelter, a good solid shelter for yourself. You have food, you have clean water, you have what you need, right? And then some, and then some. I feel like you're a person who is not greedy. You don't want more than you need. You just want to be happy, fulfilling your purpose. And so let's see how you do that with this Page of Cups, the creativity that's coming in here. Again, that third eye. The Judgment card and the Queen of Wands. Yes, the call for you to step into this power, Pisces, is so strong that I don't think there's any way you can't do this. By the end of April, when your creativity like lights up, I really think, again, for you, it's going to be in through the third eye. You're healing your heart. So right now, the easiest portal for you to receive through is your third eye. And I think it's connected to ancestors. It's connected to this initiation. Eventually, yes, once your heart is healed, you're going to want to move that energy through your heart as well. And you can work on that. But look, you're being called to something greater. You're being asked to be vulnerable because this is your life's purpose. You came here to do this. The Queen of Wands knows what she's doing. She's going to bring the transformation first to herself and then to the rest of the world, because it's her mission, it's her duty. She loves it as well. She can be highly creative in this energy. It can feel new and fresh every day. It can feel like that beautiful fish-like swimming, undulating energy of the Pisces vibe. And that's what you're going for. That's what you're doing. So enjoy this initiation. I know it's not always pretty, but with the powerful gift you have, the psychic intuition and the ability to step up and be a healer in this world that we currently live in, and you're better than most. Not that it's a comparison, but I'm just saying, Pisces. Let's get you a card to close off your reading from the Sacred Traveler Oracle. Yes, Pisces, wandering path, enjoy the journey. Remember, you had that Sun card. You are meant to have some fun with this. You are meant to explore. You are meant to be in the joy that is you. We have a little fox looking at a map and compass here, you know. Yeah, fox, you know, have you seen a fox move too? They're kind of like a fish on land. They kind of slink and slide, and they're fast. They're very fast. They're quick-witted, right? You can outfox, you know, the haters, the trolls. You're going to outfox them. This is really exciting. I feel like this has to do, there's a wandering path, but you have a true north as well. And that's what the compass is representing there on the map. You have the map, you have the true north, you just have to be willing to walk the path. And that's the initiation that you're going through right now to fulfill your purpose. Awesome, Pisces. I'm really excited for you. Please tell me what this is like for you in the comments below. I want to hear from my Pisces creators. I want to know what you're feeling. Have you been through this? Are you going through this? Is this something you're on the precipice of getting into? I really want to know what this means for you. Like and subscribe. Be sure you hit the notification bell. The creators community has a ton of fun stuff to offer you, so be sure you're checking out my podcast, Real Life Mages. There's 5 episodes out. I try to put them out as often as I can. They do take a lot of editing and things, so it takes a little time to get them out, but I interview wonderful people just like you that have different takes on things, have had different experiences, and we talk about energy, we talk about all kinds of things, spirituality, healing, the whole 9 yards, and I think you'll really enjoy listening to those podcasts, and they're right here on YouTube. And then check out my lives every Friday from 10 to noon Central. I'm live with a Frequency Friday. It's a calm, casual, chill hangout, and I go through different energies of what's going on that week, kind of getting us into the weekend, giving us some things to rejuvenate with, to talk about, to be aware of while we have time to breathe, right? Hopefully some of us do, at least on the weekends. I feel like I work all the time, but it's work that's close to my heart and I love, and I know that's what you're aiming for here, Pisces. You're aiming for the work that doesn't feel like work. You're aiming for the work that fulfills your purpose, and that's what's amazing here. So join us on Frequency Friday or check out the replay with the timestamps. Every other Sunday, the next one being April 20th, I will be live on my channel for live Q&A. You come in the live chat, you drop a question, and you get a free mini reading from me. You're welcome to donate. You're welcome to comment and participate. It's a high vibe community. I mentioned it before. I want to have you there if you're willing and able to do that, and if that sounds like it would be supportive for you. And then that's every other Sunday. You can catch me on socials at Creators on the Crest, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and also check out the description below where I list links to my personal one-on-one readings and also lots of affiliate links that could benefit you, give you a discount on something, as well as the description for this reading, which may have some more intriguing words and examples to stimulate your healing process and you stepping into your purpose. Pisces, thank you so much for joining your April monthly reading. I look forward to seeing you next time.